If your clothes aren't fully drying, it may not be because of your dryer. It could be because of this. I'm going to show you how this $50 tool you can get on Amazon that anyone can do, and I mean anyone, and it's going to solve this common dryer problem. Now this is going to be troubleshooting for anyone with any dryer. You've cleaned out the lint trap and it's still not drying your clothes. Chances are it has nothing to do with your dryer, so don't go taking it apart just yet. We have lived in this house for almost 25 years and I have never cleaned out the dryer vent tubing. Maybe a quick blow one time, but didn't get much out. But you're dealing with damp, humid, lint, hair, everything else that gets trapped in this tubing. The more of that accumulates over the years, the less of that air, that hot, humid air gets out of this tubing outside, and it just kind of stays in the tubing and it doesn't get out of the dryer drying your clothes. Now, just blowing it is very superficial. You need a tool that can agitate and scrape it off of the tubing. Now, you can get these dryer cleaning kits off of Amazon. This one was 50 feet for about $35. You probably won't need something that long and you get by a little cheaper. But put it this way, let's say your dryer tubing run is 50 feet. You don't need a 50-foot extension that comes with this kit. You can get a 25-foot extension and you're going to go at it from both ends, which will be plenty. Now you can go from the outside in 25 feet and then you can go from the dryer side 25 feet inside the house towards the outside. That'll cover the 50 feet. It just depends on how long that run is, and you can probably get by with a much shorter kit. Comes with these 16-inch extendable flexible rods. You just screw them together for the length that you need. You take that piece and screw it onto this drill bit to your drill, and it does all the agitating for you. Actually kind of shocked at how easy it was to put together and use. To be honest with you, this is a lot easier than what you're thinking. Anybody can do this. Now, to get everything prepared, you're going to have to get the dryer out of the way. So unplug it, and as you pull it away from the wall, you're going to have to detach the flexible connector that's at the bottom. Depending on exactly what you have back here, you might just need a nut driver, a flathead screwdriver, but you're going to have to detach your flex tube so that you can pull the dryer all the way out. Sometimes it's just held on by a band that you unscrew and then you can take it off. Just take a look, get a flashlight if you can't really see, get down there on the ground, but you'll be able to take that off pretty easy. Now, once you get an idea for how long the dryer vent tubing is, you're going to put your rods together. Now they come in 16-inch sections that you screw together, and then the brush goes on one end and that drill bit adapter will go on the other end. Again, I would build it to half of the size that you think you're going to need. So if it's a 20-foot run, you can just build a 10-foot section because you're going to go at it from both sides. It's pretty amazing how flexible this thing is no matter how long you make it. This should be able to handle any kind of bend or curve that you have in your run. And we're going to take that drill bit adapter that comes with the package and we're going to screw that into the other end opposite of the brush. And then that's what's going to go inside of your drill. Lock it down tight and feel free to give it a spin or two to get an idea of how this is going to work once you put it in the vent tubing. And per the instructions, you're only going to go one direction, and that's clockwise, or else if you go the other way, it's going to start unscrewing. Now you're going to go outside and find the area that your vent tubing exhausts to. Now ours has a little cage on it, and that's to keep birds from going in there and making nests. Now this just twists and slides off, but this is an item that you're going to want to make sure you clean off a couple times a year because that's going to get lint, dirt trapped there, and that's going to cause you problems. So make sure you keep that cleaned at least. You can see inside how all that moist dust and lint can really cake the inside of the tubing. So doing something like this with an agitator brush is kind of a must, and why simply just blowing it out doesn't really get it clean. It really has to be scraped out. You can manually insert it and kind of force it through the bends and curves. There's a 90-degree angle where it drops off right here at the wall, so it was kind of hard to push it through. I found actually starting the drill and having it spin while I'm pushing made the insertion go a lot easier. Now, once you get it all the way inserted, you're going to go ahead and continue to run your drill as you slowly bring it out. Now, get a feel for the vibration feedback coming back on the drill. If you're starting to feel like it's actually moving and disrupting things inside, you're going to go push it in and out as you're drawing it out to really make sure we are agitating and breaking down all of the dust and lint off of those walls. Now, when you're done scraping and you pull out for the money shot, you're going to notice a lot of that lint and dust is going to be attached to the brush. There's going to be a lot more that's left in the tubing that we're going to now blow out from the other side, the inside out. The easiest way to get all of the dust and hair and lint off of this is just to unscrew the brush head, and then you can pull it right off of the extendable rods. Now we're going to go back inside and do the exact same thing, but from the inside out. We're going to get the brush and the poles, push that through, and like I said before, it's a little easier if you turn the drill also. So enact the drill and push it as the drill's turning. It tends to go in a little easier. And remember, we don't have to go the entire length of the tubing run. We're going half in from the outside and then the other half from the inside out. So we're getting the entire length of the tubing, but halfway on each side, if that makes sense. So you don't have to have this big, long attachment running the entire length. Go grab your blower, or if you don't have one, borrow one from a neighbor. Somebody next to you has one of these. And here's the fun part. This is what we've been waiting on. Let her blow. Now, wasn't that satisfying? All that's left now is to do a little cleanup and put everything back together in reverse order. Now, while you have the vacuum out, you can vacuum out all of the flex tubing and the back of the dryer. You're going to reattach the flex tubing back to your wall, and then make sure that if you had a covering outside on that vent, to put that one back on, and then you should be done and your clothes should be dry. You can do this. I believe in you.